Welcome everyone again to the So Not PC podcast with Rob Adamus on YouTube and www.sonotpcpodcast.com, my website. Up until a minute ago, I was going to do a whole other story. It related to what the Liberal government is using Canadian taxpayer money in order to further the Chinese Communist government's agenda in Canada. However, I'm just going to say it straight. God asked me to talk about something else. So I'm teleprompter free, and I'm going to roll with this one, and hopefully I do a decent job with it. What was asked of me to speak about was and is the attempted coup the Democrat Party, along with certain rhinos within the Republican Party down in the U.S., are attempting on President Trump. Why did this message come through? Well, because I'm being told it relates specifically to the secret so-called private meetings Justin Trudeau has been having the entire week since the election until his trip to Tofino again this weekend on our taxpayer money with 2 jets. Well, I had to kind of take a look at what exactly is going on in Tofino that he's going back there as often as he is. Not because of the surfing, okay? My sources are telling me he has somebody there that he is having an affair with. Just telling you. So, for those of you who have the resources and the people in order to really investigate this on a 24/7 basis as opposed to someone like myself who doesn't, I'm throwing that out there because that's the message that was given to me. So, back to the coup. Obviously, for anyone who's in the know, and someone with the kind of sources that I have down in DC and in Ottawa, specifically around this sort of thing, we know that what they are doing behind closed doors, the Democrats, is very much what Trudeau has been doing with his so-called private meetings as far as the memorandums, the notes stating of his private meetings. Well, I started kind of putting 2 and 2 together. And so what they are attempting down there with President Trump, which obviously is an absolute fraud and a tyrannical event that they're attempting, is very much what Trudeau is trying to set up here. He happens to be in power, so the so-called coup is of a different nature. But what they are attempting down there, because the expectation, of course, 3 years ago was President Trump would never get in. And only by my view, God's intervention created that situation there. Given all the vote rigging, the $1 billion that George Soros backed Hillary Clinton with, and still lost. So, that said, since Soros backs Trudeau, he was also backing Jagmeet Singh, which is why Jagmeet Singh was claiming a coalition with the Liberal Party. He would never vote for Andrew Scheer. Well, I wouldn't want him to vote for Andrew Scheer because he's a terrorist sympathizer. So we have an ISIS sympathizer in Trudeau. You have Khalistani sympathizer with Jagmeet Singh. Funny how they're both getting funded by George Soros. Hillary Clinton's being funded by George Soros. Oh, you see how this all works? So, I'm just throwing it out there, the events that are happening since the election, what is going to transpire prior to next year's 2020 U.S. election. For those of you, and I'm going to throw this out there to the Patriots because I know you guys know this already, that President Trump is the kind of individual who actually cares about the citizens of his country, unlike the Prime Minister of Canada. And we wish we had somebody who actually cared about us in that same way. Well, as I was hinting in the previous episode, and speaking personally to a number of people since this election came down, there is no way Trudeau is getting 4 years with us. You got the Wexit deal, you got Patriots all over this country, who can't stand this guy for obvious reasons. So, Justin Trudeau, I'm looking straight in the camera, and I hope somebody sends this message to you. Because the likelihood is I'm not connected to military, RCMP, anything of this sort. I don't have those resources. But I'll tell you what, I have the will of God. I have a soul, like most of this country, and I'm an alpha male. And we're going to take you down. You've thrown down the gauntlet to a revolution in this country, which I know is really what the globalists want, because the most profitable business is war. But war takes on a lot of different types of scenarios. So you've created a spiritual war more than anything else here. And whatever it takes, legally, you're gone. You don't have the education. You're a degenerate. You make me sick. You make the people of this country sick. And if you think that you can get away with George Soros' backing, no. I like the fact that Vladimir Putin and Viktor Orban, respectively, in Russia and Hungary, have a shoot-on-sight order for you. I'm going to make sure, somehow, some way, Canada does the same for you, Soros. You are an enemy of the state. And Justin Trudeau, you are an enemy of the state. So you better get your orange costume ready, because you seem to like wearing costumes. Black face, brown face, maybe orange face is next, along with your little prison garb, in an open area for playtime with the inmates who are just waiting for you and your co-conspirators at the Liberal Party. So when you speak of a coup down in the States, maybe not they'll get that through with President Trump, but I can guarantee you the military and law enforcement down there love him because he loves them. Maybe you have the RCMP on your side, but I don't think you have the military on your side, and you certainly don't have patriots of this country on your side. So I hope my followers, well, maybe YouTube will ban or censor me on this one, because they're leftists like you. But you know what? We play on God's winning team. You don't. So now you've thrown down the challenge on us. I'm throwing it right back at your ugly face. We got your ugly ass. So, patriots, share this. You see how upset I am? But you know what? That's a will. That's a will in moving forward against tyranny. That's why the Constitution in the States is what it is. We don't have one of those up here, but we feel it in our hearts and we feel it in our souls. So we're the same. Anyway, folks, that's it. Short one. Share. Please share the videos. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my So Not PC podcast with Rob Adamus on YouTube, please do. And continue to share. Send me messages. I love the questions, and I love you guys asking me for specific subjects to talk about and research. So, again, So Not PC Podcast with Rob Adamus on YouTube and www.sonotpcpodcast.com, the website. And like always, do your own research. And may God be with you and your family in all things. And good night.